G'day guys, MFWest in. Today we're talking about Unholy Death Knights in Mythic Pluses, but more specifically, a run that I just did recently in Court of Stars. And by no means is this a massive feat of strength. This is just a plus 14 two chest. We almost three chested it, but I wanted to try something different. And please let me know down in the comments by liking and just letting me know if you guys enjoy this kind of live commentary. So I've sped up the boring parts and slowed down the parts that I think are important to talk about. Some of the things, tips and tricks that Unholy I can give to you guys as Unholy players in Court of Stars that I think could help you guys out on bosses, mobs, some things you can do to help out your group. So that's pretty much it. The build that I'm using, guys, is Ebon Fever, Blood, Room Open, Clawing Shadows, Sludge Belcher, Lingering Apparitation, Infected Claws, and Soul Reaper. Now, the affixes this week are Raging, Necrotic, and Tyrannical. Now, on Court of Stars, the last boss can be pretty intense. On a 14, you need bare minimum 900k DPS, otherwise it gets pretty intense with the healer. You could push it, but you guys all need to be doing pretty good DPS. With this build, you can do very good single target DPS. Obviously, Necrosis is more warranted. You want to use that rather, but there's quite a lot of ads in the second part of the instance, and for me, if you mess that part up, you kind of throw away your 2 and 3 chests. So it's very important that you get that down. So Infected Claws is decent single target DPS. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the run. Alright guys, so many of you will remember actually that you could actually just skip this boat ride, but they've actually fixed it. They kind of patched it a little bit that you can't. We were talking about in the group before we started, like maybe we can try something with the mammoth mount, but there honestly isn't much. So Court of Stars, it all comes down to how you do on the second part of the instance. So after the first boss, all that area until the last boss, will determine how you guys do. So here we don't actually want to kill that sentry, but the Demon Hunter accidentally pulls it. Now this pull here, guys, he decides to pull everything, and watch how well Unholy performs here. After we kill this construct, you can do this pull. It's very easy. Just make sure that your tank is ready for it. So Dark Transformation, put down D&D, and spam Clawing Shadows with my Kiljadens trinket. 4.2 million DPS, guys. 420 yellow swag blazer. So now we're on the next part of the bridge, and honestly, we have so many tools to stop the sentries from making it to the bell. So you should not let that happen. The guys, honestly, watch your feet. Don't get hit by their melee frontal cone like that there. It's very easy to sidestep. Try and keep yourself close to the guard, because as you saw, it was a cone. So if you're away from the guard, the cone will be larger to dodge. Yeah, he marks the construct here, and make sure you also kill when teaming those little dogs. They're really annoying. I don't know, those little serpent looking things. They're very irritating. And now I wait here while the tank goes and turns off all the signal flares, or the whole signal lights. And I forget that he's actually going to pull here, so I army really late, which is kind of sad. Like all my runes are on cooldown and shit, but nonetheless, let's get into this boss. So easy to dodge that there. I somehow get hit by that. I think I was standing too close, but that was really retarded. So sorry for Apocalypse, and then get into the rotation. I'm going to save my Kiljadens for when the ads come, alright? So he will call ads. Signal beacon, switch targets. Okay, it's because we have one beacon up. So I'm going to try and wait till they're on their boss. If they aren't, help the tank by death gripping them onto the boss. Put down your D&D, spam Clawing Shadows, and then use your Kiljadens. I'm looking at my DPS right now on the bottom right. And if you guys want to see my rotation, what buttons I'm pressing, top left. So Tyrannical does make, honestly, Tyrannical makes Mythic Dungeons so much harder. I find Fortitude is a walk in the park. Tyrannical is what makes, you know, because you can still, it's a possibility to wipe on trash. But for you to make for the boss to become that much harder, it's just insane. So this fight is taking forever. I dodged that there, and yeah. Alright, who's in our group? This Warlock is a cutting edge. He's killed Gul'dan Mythic. He's 915. The Demon Hunter is like 912. So yeah, pretty decent group, guys, and it's important that you get decent groups if you want to push keys above, like, I don't know, 14s and stuff. This mob here, guys, make sure that you put down your D&D. Always Dark Transformation in this mob. You can wipe if you don't kill the imps fast enough. If you do see that they're all going to get their casts off, and you have no AoE silence, AMS. You will live. Let's put it that way. So this tank, we're trying to go for the 3 chests. So you kind of have to chain pool and get all those little buffs. I'm not going to list the buffs that you can get for being a blacksmith, for being a death knight, for being a herbalist. You just try and get them as much as possible. So here, under another group of imps, I know that this is going to be tough because I have no cooldown. So I pre-AMS. So I got AMS and Praydaz. So I will not die. And yeah, Affliction Warlock is busted. So I'm going to fast forward to here, guys. And we're going to go into this mob here. And then from here, like, a lot of groups wipe in this area. This is the do or die area if you're going to make the 2 or 3 chests. Like, if you mess this up, there's no way you're going to get that 2 chest. This is where you have to most efficiently use your time. So like I said, it's not fortitude or anything. But raging. Raging is pretty insane. Save your abomination stun for when they do get low. Especially someone like the some mobs that actually have a self-enrage mechanic, so they get double enrage, if you get what I mean. Nothing really in here gets that, besides one of the little mini bosses that are protecting the boss. The mistresses, do not let them get that cast off. They will seduce one of your mates and he'll be fucking you before you even know it. Excuse my French. But again, the imps, another way you could actually possibly wipe, so try and save abomination for the imps. Now they're about to pad around here, so I'm going to try and get on this mistress, but I'm keeping an eye on the imps, and I'm going to pre-dark transformation. I have my Kiljadens as well, so these imps will not last long at all. Alright, so watch this. They actually stand still when they get there. I kill Jadens, they actually hit me, I AMS a bit late. I don't even bother AMSing because my healers got me and they're dead. So they only got 1 cast off, like 2 or 3 of them got 1 cast off, but Unholy has really good on-demand burst, and Dark Transformation is on a low cooldown. It's on like a 1-minute cooldown, so it's really nice, and I really love Dark Transformation. One of my most favorite abilities in Legion. I'm not even fucking joking, guys. So the Enforcer, the tank will move it to a line of sight. As you guys can see here, you can actually outrange it there. And then you just basically just want to DPS them down, use Soul Reaper. Now, this is the thing that a lot of people don't do in Mythic Pluses. Use your cooldowns. Know how long it will be from one boss to the next, and use all your cooldowns in between. If you do it right and you do enough dungeons, you will know how much time there is between each boss and where you can pop your cooldowns on certain mobs. You're wasting so much time and resources by not using your cooldowns on like mobs and stuff. It's so important that you do that, guys. So we're on the Inquisitor here, and he is very, very important that you kill him. Yeah, just obviously that bitch just got dodged. Doesn't even do that much damage. But yeah, you want to kill the Inquisitor. Very, very important, guys. And honestly, I think it's an Inquisitor and a Mistress. So lock the Mistress cast, kill the Inquisitor. The eyes do hurt, but it's not enraged or fortitude. So pretty easy, guys. This one's probably one of the easiest bodyguards, I would say. I'm gonna go on fortitude. I would say the Fell Lord is the hardest bodyguard by far, because when he enrages, he hits like a fucking truck, especially when he enrages and then gets raging. So you'll see as we do it here. So we have 2 bodyguards left. We're on the other side. How are we doing for time? 7 minutes left for 3 chests. So we want to be on the boss by around this time. And that's pretty insane, but it's possible. We've had 2 deaths already, and we weren't chenning mobs that well. We weren't technically going for the 3 chests, but I presume, I mean, all the groups should try and go for 3 chests, but yeah. So, alright, we're on an Enforcer mob here and a Mistress mob, so I'm going to lock that Bewitch. The tank pulls out of my D&D. Massive pet peeve of mine, but sometimes it's fine. I eat my Praydaz absorbs that Fell Enforcer ability there, but yeah. Back on the Enforcer, and he's kind of kiting him away, which is really cool, very easy, and we have amazing AoE DPS. That really hurts. The Fell Enforcer, he enraged from the FX, and then got one of those AoE abilities that almost wiped us, but got a pretty good healer, so he's kind of like, I mean, some healers I think in the future kind of thing, so they know the ability's gonna go off, so they do like a kind of like they kind of ready for the damage, like kind of like counter tuition kind of thinking. But as soon as he targets you, pop AMS, or if it's not up, IBF, because it hurts. This beam does hurt. So as you can see here, he targets me, and I don't even bother popping AMS till like the last second. What a scrub. My healer's got me though, but yeah, AMS will completely nullify the disintegration beam, and if you pop it before the beam actually lands on you, you won't even get slowed. That slow is very annoying. You can just take it off you by using Wraith Walk though. So another Enforcer, and we've got the last bodyguard, and then we're on the boss. This boss is one of my personal favorites for Unholy because of how well we can perform on it. The imps don't last a second. I don't know how they went through. That's weird. I'll give you guys a little tip on how I pop my cooldowns on the imps, but it's pretty freaking fun. So here comes the last guy. Tank just has to face him away from the group, and easy kill. He's very easy. I would not recommend popping Soul Reaper on the last bodyguard, but first and second bodyguards, pop Soul Reaper. It's very important that you're, like I said before, utilizing your CDs and not just saving them for bosses, guys. Big mistake that I see a lot of people do on any class, in any spec. You have to make sure you're taking advantage of your CDs. Alright, so here we go. He's about to go down. He actually one-shot the healer there. Look, he was standing in front of the Fellow Lord, and he's in rage right now. Look how much damage he does to our tank. This tank is beefy as fuck, and holy shit, it hurts. So this guy can't get CC'd either, so this is intense. If anything, try and get your tank to kite, but this tank's a beast, and he just takes all that damage. So we res the rest of Sean. We lose a lot of time here, guys. We lose about 30 seconds, I would say, because the healer has to drink, heal up, and everything. I'm not using my Army of the Dead now. I'm going to save it for the last boss. It's very important you save it for the last boss. You need that damage on that boss. This boss, I think we go through 3 imp phases. So here we go. Okay. Save your Dark Transformation for the imps. Don't pop it on at the start, okay? Sorry for Apocalypse. Gargoyles on the boss. Reset my runes. There we go. Clawing Shadows. Now, here they come. You want to stack for that fire debuff. So when it stacks, it's very easy to AoE them down. There it is. And I'm going to move around the side here and then Kiljadens, Dark Transformation, and then they're dead. Look at that. Boom. It's just ridiculous. So now I have D&D. So I used my Dark Transformation and Kiljadens for that first pack. Now I have D&D for the second pack. So I'm not, I'm not down on AoE. So here we go. Here it comes. I'm on a nice angle here. D&D down. Virulent Plague. Spam Clawing Shadows like a freaking boss. Boom. They're going down so quickly. Guys, get Affliction Warlocks in your group. Get Demon Hunters. Get Death Knights. It's the perfect group. I'm telling you guys right now. Alright, so... And the boss is dead. We did a fuckload of damage on this boss, guys. That's insane. And this is Tyrannical on a plus 14, so without Tyrannical, that's what I'm saying. Fortitude's a joke. We just disregard these imps. And now my least favorite part of this instance is the bloody clues. Now, we go through these clues like freaking crazy. The first thing I recommend you guys do is to go talk to all the people, get around 3 to 4 clues, and then just start guesstimating. I mean, it's not that hard. You can, especially with prop paladin, just saying. But it's not that hard, guys. You can really find it quick. I go downstairs to get this guy first, which is an okay idea to do. Get the ones that are far away because everyone goes for the easy people to speak to. For some reason it wasn't working, but then all of a sudden she speaks. So Dark Vest. And I believe the Demon Hunter actually finds the correct person. So that was pretty cool. He's going to get it right there. There, boom. Done. So that was pretty record timing, and as you can see, 2 minutes left on the clock for 3 chests. Yeah, the Taint just said it in chat. We're gonna miss the 3 chests, but we've got a lot of time for the 2 chests. 3 deaths. I mean, does that actually affect the timer? Kind of, I guess. 15 seconds. Not really. I just don't think we timed our pulls at the start very well. Pulled an extra mob, For this guy, I would recommend using Soul Reaper and Dark Transformation. You'll have a minute after you pop those abilities until they're up again. There's role playing on the last boss. You gotta run to the last boss, so you can pop all those cooldowns. Do not pop a 3-minute cooldown though. So just Soul Reaper, Kiljadens, and Dark Transformation. They'll all be up for later on. Now the Warlock wasn't here, so we just double DPS. This is kind of weird. I don't know what he was doing. If he was on the other side, looks like he DC'd on the map. I don't know, but. He's going down slowly. With the Warlock here, this guy would be dead like around in like 5 seconds, but oh well. So this guy's easy. Basically, just don't stand behind the boss. Don't get hit by the volley. Your healer will hate you. And now this last boss. Oh my god, this last boss. It is up there for me with one of the hardest bosses in Legion on Mythic Plus. Why? Just because of the fact that it has like a little self-enrage mechanic. Eventually the, what are they called? Cutting wings? With the wind ability, it's too much for your healer to heal. Unless your healer is a god and he can just heal through like 6, 7 of those, but it gets too much and you will just wipe. So you want to have good DPS. This is where you bring out the single target DPS. This is why you spec single target, why you tell your mates to, except we stick with Infected Claws. Necrosis would be a massive DPS increase, but we're okay with Infected Claws. So, let me give you a tip about when to pop Army of the Dead. You'll thank me later, guys. So he's like, my guys never permit such an intrusion. Alright, so I must return to the Nighthold now. Now you want to pop your Army of the Dead, and you will have, it's almost the perfect timer because here he comes. So this boss is just dodging shit on the ground as a melee and just killing the boss. That's all it is, guys. I get hit at the start by it. We do have IBF to get out of that stun, but whew, like those little lines in the ground there, do not stand in them, and that's about it. That is all the fight really is. He'll do a charge on some of the furthest range away, and we have as long as you have a ranged DPS and a healer, it can alternate fine. But yeah, as you can see, our DPS is kind of high, 1.6 million on the Demon Hunter, 1.4 for me and the Warlock. So you want to be doing a million DPS each, guys, and I believe the Warlock does around 1.2, and the DH and I will drop down to 1 or 950k. So that's fine. That was enough to get us through this fight. We have 2 Brezes. My Brez and the Warlock. So as you can see, Slicing Maelstrom is the name of the ability that will eventually wipe you. Blade Surge, there we go. And yeah, so Slicing Maelstrom, when it starts to get to the really hectic Slicing Maelstroms, pop IBF. Slicing Maelstrom is physical damage, guys. It's not magical. So make sure that you're using your IBF to try and soak some of that. Even if you need to survive it, guys, Death Strike, help your healer out. It's 10% of your HP that you're doing. So we got this boss down. Yeah, as you can see here, DPS is very important. I'd love to see the DPS required on like a +20. I really would love to see it. It must be like 1.3 million or something. It's insane. So that was it. We 2-chested it. GG, and I didn't really get anything insane besides AP, but I am perfectly fine with that, guys. Alright, let me just fast forward to the bit where we see the damage for overall. There is the total damage, guys. I did 930k for the overall. The Warlock beat me, but I'm pretty happy with that result. The Warlock is much higher item level than me. And that is the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For those wondering, I got Blackrook Hold level 16. Might attempt it another day. I don't think so. That's freaking AIDS, guys. That is horrible. Why though? Why would I pain myself to go through that? But let me know what keys you guys got up to this week, and if you guys enjoyed the video. Very important. Did you enjoy the live commentary? Did you enjoy my feedback? And have a good one, guys. Unholy for the win. Peace.